national identity, somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time, and have interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having at least live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation tonight.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours, though I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you.
Tell them why.
Because you're an Indian.
There you go.
Negotiations, right? Politics, and we're out of time. So you.
And that's why I brought on today somebody who I think has some thoughtful perspectives on the future direction of our country, of our conservative movement, and on this question of nationalism and national identity. Somebody I've been fascinated by for a long time, and have interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having at least a live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too. Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours, so I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you.
Tell them why.
Because you're an Indian.
There you go. Hey, y'all, Gravity. Any day above ground living. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday and your weekend, such is the case. Hello to the room, all you beautiful peoples. We had to play this clip as an opening salvo. And once again, we have to commend ourselves for being validated. For 2 years, we watched Vivek Ramaswamy run around here talking anti-black, anti-woke, anti-DEI, talking points, and them white folk over there loved it. Negroes over there on the right loved it. The Hispanics loved it. The Asians loved it. He was getting all the interviews. He's on Fox News. He was on the debate stage trying to be president. People were actually thinking about voting for him. You know, the identity politics BS that they tell the left not to do. A funny thing happened, though. And of course, you know how dumb MAGA is. They didn't figure it out. MAGA's so dumb, they watched Vivek Ramaswamy go on an interview at an urban hip-hop station called Power 105.1 and decided to come in my comment thread during the live and in the comments of the video and try to tell me that Vivek was so based and Vivek was telling the truth, and him getting back and forth with Teslin Figaro, he cooked her and she's crazy and she didn't know what she was talking about, and she was just being the angry black woman because she dared to ask this man, since you want to put out all these policy initiatives, how are you going to get this done when half of the policy initiatives you want to do, you either don't do or you gave financial contributions to go against it? And that was the prevailing thought for months. And I distinctly remember in that live, I told folk, within 60 days, the right is going to turn on this man. Just by what I heard in that interview. It only took 45. They started questioning him. They started going into his history. Because, of course, the history was out there, but they ignored it because, again, he was being anti-black, anti-woke, anti-DEI. But all through that, they still gave him a chance. They still let him live on that debate stage, even though when we got to that arc of the story and them Iowa people told them what you should have known about America, that they don't like you and they think you're a Muslim and you're probably from a terrorist lineage, they still let him live. Then it came the fateful night. He cried. He was emotional that he had to bow out of the race. Okay. You know, everybody knew it was going to be Trump, even though Trump didn't go through the process. We're still going to say it. He didn't go through the process. He still had a shining star. Remember, Candace Owens said he's going to be the shining star of the Republican Party. Then something else happened. A lot of people forgot this. He did an interview, I believe it was Dana Bash. And she asked him point blank about citizenship. Because remember, he was running around talking about citizenship all day. You need to be a citizen to participate in this country. You need to learn civics, all this other crap. Okay, cool. Funny thing, she asked him, hey, you always talk about how your mom is a citizen. What about your father? You never talk about him much. And remember, I used to tell y'all that man hated his father. But, you know, it's another subject for another day. He point blank told her, yeah, my father's not a citizen. He didn't pass the SPT test, which basically shows a foreigner who's on a visa how much tax they should pay. He ain't passed that test. So he didn't have to get citizenship, but he got to work here and take all that money tax-free and send it back home. They turned on him some more. But again, he was still allowed to maneuver. But a funny thing happened as they were maneuvering. You started seeing them on the right start really questioning this man. And then they start with the insults. Every time he would put up a picture with him and his kids, insult. Anytime he would go out into a function, insult. Crazy times we were living in. But again, he's on the right, anti-black, anti-woke, anti-DEI. He had to go back to one of those three when he was getting cooked. They left him alone for a few months. Then it happened. And we were all here for it. The fateful Christmas weekend. The H-1B visa debacle. Everybody had a side. Everybody chose their side. A lot of characters were revealed. They turned on Elon Musk over that. But of course, he's white, so that was just a, family spat. Vivek, because he was on his way to Doge, because Trump just won, he was on his way to go help Elon with Doge, that scam. And from the shores of Brazil, during the summer, because for those who know, if you paid attention in school, the seasons are flipped when you go under the hemisphere. Under the equator. So the southern hemisphere was enjoying the summertime. On a beach in Brazil with his family, he decided to see those tweets, see the discourse, and come in and be a proponent for H-1B visas. And on that particular day, December 26, 2024, you saw the butt fumble. You saw the blown layup with nobody there to win the game. You saw the hockey player with the empty net miss the goal. You saw the baseball player who had a guaranteed inside the park home run, trip and fall, and then still try to make home plate and then getting thrown out. Vivek destroyed his entire career, all that he built, the bullshit book, the billions of dollars he built out of the community. He destroyed it with one tweet. Oh, they turned on him. Oh, he became a dirty Jeet. Oh, we're not going to sugarcoat nothing on no Friday. Oh, they called him every derogatory name in the book. And every time now he tweets, it's a roast. And compare that with 2 years ago, when everybody was agreeing with him, it's a different landscape, is it not? And we love it. We don't only love it for him, we love it for MAGA. Because we told MAGA, we know what snakes look like in politics, since, they keep telling us that we just keep voting Democrat 90% of the time. So we know what the snake looks like. We tried to warn them. We even were nice enough to try to make it look like all lives matter. We told them, this is what a snake looks like. He has the classic characteristics of a snake. Watch this man. Do not elevate him. They didn't want to listen. Okay, now they have to deal with him. And now that he's so tethered to this man, they can't get rid of it. He's going to stay around. You let him hug you long enough. Now you can't get rid of him. Sucks to be you. But anyway, you probably don't believe me. Those lurkers in the background probably don't believe me. I figured you didn't. Well, what if I told you there was a whole slew of tweets or something that I played the other day? Remember when he said that Republicans got their ass kicked on Tuesday night? Remember when we played that yesterday or Tuesday? I forget what day, or Wednesday. Well, this one popped up yesterday. It says this is a new governor poll if the race was today. This white woman right here has a shot of beating this man. And likely voters would vote for her over this man. Now you're probably saying to yourself, okay, this is what they're trying to do now. She's probably a moderate Democrat. You know, that's their new game. You know, Ohio ain't gonna fall for this. Ohio ain't gonna fall for this, huh? Well, if Torian's still here, he and I know this account quite well. This 9mm SMG, this racist. He must have had a coming to Vishnu moment. Because they said on Christmas Eve 2024, Vivek made a generational fumble with his now infamous X post. Every time he posts, it gets worse for him too. While you couldn't get me to vote for a Democrat, there is absolutely no chance I would ever cast my vote for him. I just stay home. Well, look at that. Black Americans and those that are on code, give yourselves a round of applause because the couch has extended to MAGA. It has extended to the Republicans. It has extended to the right wing. They are talking about voting the couch in Ohio. And this was the same dude, not the SMG account. This Vivek was the same dude having town halls getting cooked by a black pastor. Same dude who had a impromptu debate at a TPUSA event, getting cooked by some white boy. Same dude who went on Valuetainment got cooked because he couldn't explain his policy positions and tried to make jokes and tried to direct the conversation to black people. Notice, again, especially with that last part, how come all these conservative, quote unquote, how come none of them are talking to Vivek? I mean, the race is a year away. The Republicans just got their ass kicked. This is going to be one of the most viewed races during the midterm season. Why the hell are they not platforming this man? Another reason why they lost. You have a golden opportunity to highlight this man, and you don't want to do it because you think it's going to affect you. That's pretty bad. But do your thing. We continue. Hey, Vivek Ramaswamy, you should drop out and endorse a Republican candidate that's not you. Save the election from a Democrat winning. It's a good sign your campaign is going to do poorly when every time you post, your comment section is filled with people who generally vote R want you to be deported. That's not the support you want heading into election. Deported. Huh? Huh? Yeah, real Republican, one that will tell us what he'll do and do none of it, which is the worst he could do. I think I'll stick with V. Continue to support people who have shown a seething hatred for you. Oh. He's definitely not America First and is a wolf in sheep's clothing. They even got the bots in on this. Yosu was the other Republican option before he dropped out, was an Israel First guy. The GOP offered no good choices for this race. Oh. Sounds like y'all have trash candidates in your house, but you won't do nothing about it, right? Of course. Feckless. Will genuinely never forgive his Christmas tirade. Same with Elon, a completely unforgivable chain of events for me. Because you don't vet people. He doesn't care if a Republican wins or not. He wants to win. If he doesn't, he'll gladly punish Ohio with Democrat governance. Well, yep, that anchor baby fraud and Trump continuing his George W. Bush impersonation are going to do to Ohio next year what happened in Virginia 2 days ago. Well, the crop of Republicans we have in Ohio is so disappointing. It's like we used up all our allotment with Vance. Well, huh. He will not get the white vote of millennials and younger. They'll never forgive being scolded for failing to compete against the H-1B global labor dumping scheme that was 10 plus years on by the time they graduated high school. Well, sounds like they're upset at Vivek, softer than Japanese cake. Huh. What is this? Somebody else quote tweeted that. I know the other option is a S-lib Democrat, but I just couldn't bring myself to vote for Vivek Ramaswamy for anything outside of getting deported, and evidently I'm not alone. Excuse me. Well, is that something? What is this? John Miller, big account. That's a big account. Moderate, fair and balanced political commentator. Oh, okay. Let me guess, we are all expected to beat the drums and campaign with fervent zeal for a Hindu man who called white Americans lazy and wants to replace them with immigrants from his home country. You can count me out. I don't care if he loses. In fact, I hope he does. Well, even the moderates are saying this. They like this here.
Fuck you too.
That's what they told Vivek. Huh. Isn't that something? We got Japanese accounts from the Netherlands. The Netherlands. Okay. Hey, Republicans, maybe running a rich Indian libertarian tech bro expat who sees white culture as mediocre in a Rust Belt state that has trended red due to white working class conservatives embracing Trumpism is a really, really stupid idea. The Netherlands. The Netherlands. I'm trying to remember if he went to Greenland. Let me look. I feel like he was one of them idiots that went. Let me see. Okay, maybe he didn't. Oh.
How are we going to solve that problem? Denmark, which controls Greenland, it's not doing its job and it's not being a good ally. So you have to ask yourself, how are we going to solve that problem, solve our own national security? If that means that we need to take more territorial interest in Greenland, that is what President Trump is going to do, because he doesn't care about what the Europeans scream at us. He cares about putting the interests of America's citizens first.
Huh. That's his best friend saying that. Oh, okay. All right. You got it. We'll look more into that. What this be? He went on Fox News. And he went to go talk to... all right. Yeah. He went to talk to her. Dinesh's cum dumpster. He went to talk to her. Let's see what she say and what he say. 'Cause I don't know if they say anything of merit, but we'll see.
Election surveys that the majority of Zohran Mamdani's support, at least in one survey taken before the election, he had the support of 62% of the foreign-born vote in New York City. Does that surprise you, Vivek?
Well, I mean, the thing that surprises me is a lot of the people who come, whether they're Latino background, you think about people from even Muslim to Jewish to Hindu backgrounds, should, in theory, according to their own religious values and otherwise, be conservatives. Family-oriented, entrepreneurial, that's what we should want. And I think we need a system that selects for the kind of people who share those American values, who want to pursue that American dream. And then for us to be the party that makes it real, to say that if you work hard, you play by the rules, and you assimilate in American life, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to double down on that. He expanded the coalition. We want to continue to expand it.
Absolutely.
So he said nothing. That man said nothing. That's the loudest it's going to get. That man said nothing. You're shocked that a whole bunch of people from different backgrounds went and voted for somebody on the left, yet y'all were praising a coalition of different people from different backgrounds voting for Trump. It's almost like y'all are finding out that people are different. Well, someone said 52% of the people who voted for DeSantis for governor were foreign-born, but no one seemed to care about that or say that's too much mass migration because... all right. How Vivek responds to the single most important policy issue destroying America's largest city doesn't make sense. I don't understand any ways it'll work out next time. He thinks that he's going to get that in Ohio. He's going to find out real quick how bad white supremacy really is in Ohio. But okay. Another one, Ramaswamy and Donalds are a huge liability. The GOP must move quickly to find new candidates. Shit. They had to throw Byron in there too. Well, there you go. And look who it is. Bussy Smith. He had to say something. He had to protect his brown brother. He said, I have always liked Vivek. We are both Ohio boys. It's a good thing the filth in the comments section for this video doesn't reflect the people he's running to represent in Ohio. You mean the ones that secretly hate Vivek? And they're going to show him that night how much they hate him? Vivek said, nice, where are you from in Ohio? He said, I'm from Akron, my man. Who cares? But again, this was the video we played the other day when we were lambasting the Republicans for getting their ass kicked. Let's see what the comments said. They go, Iron Will, you're not reading the room. Per capita people ain't voting for you. Can't you get through your head? I know it's big, but it ain't that big. Okay. The best way to focus on affordability, deport all foreigners, which include people with the surname Ramaswamy. Not bad, but you don't mention how foreign labor and outsourcing has reduced wages for top American talent, how it dissuades the young from entering STEM. What is your plan to address this? He doesn't have one. He thinks bringing in investment from out of state to build Platinum Valley is somehow going to get kids into STEM. When their parents are going to have to make a decision, either stay there and pay more taxes and they're probably going to have to go to a shittier school, or take the ride down south to Kentucky because all those taxes raising up in Ohio is going to force people to go to the south where it's a little bit cheaper. And Kentucky is going to want that kind of influx of citizenry so they can go get that out-of-state investment. So Louisville, Lexington, and Bowling Green can take that investment, build up their cities, and attract the talent, which would only help to boost Andy Beshear if he decides to run for president, or at least a vice president seat. But, you know, they'll figure it out. Never. Who's doing identity politics? You just have idiots like Nick Fuentes effing ish up for us. Bringing up Nick Fuentes. Okay. Your first point is right. We need to focus on affordability. Your second point is wrong. If white Christians are the only group not focused on identity politics. What? Hold up. What if I told you about the American racists? They will say something and within 10 seconds own themselves. If white Christians are the only group not focused on identity politics and we're becoming a minority is identity politics, you dickhead. I tell you they dumb. Oh my God. I'm in a mood today, fam. It's my last weekend as a 30s. I'm in a mood. I tell you they're dumb. Your second point is wrong. If white Christians are the only group not focused on identity politics, we're becoming a minority. We will be crushed by all the other identities engaging in identity politics. We need to engage in them to ensure our survival. So you got to love how the right is turning into the left. Can someone explain to me, like I'm 5, why we're shocked that 3 of the deepest blue states in America voted blue? Never mind. You're right about affordability, but you're wrong about the rest. I do care about your religion and where a person came from. If you're not a follower and believer of Jesus Christ, then the answer should be no. This should be a Christian nation. It must. Okay. All right. Sure. How's that working? Most of y'all don't even follow Christians. But, y'all got it. The lesson, deport all you Browns. So to be clear, you're calling Trump and his admin liars for claiming things are cheaper, and you're calling MAGA racist. Yes. Love you, Vivek, and I know you're a talented statement, but if we cancel H-1Bs, will homes immediately become more affordable? Cheap energy, sound money, free markets, everything else is rearranging deck chairs. All right. It's the economy, stupid. How's Trump's team not been hammering that day and night for the past 9 months? Voters are furious with the focus on everything else when they are hurting so much. Well, that is what y'all wanted. You wanted culture. You wanted this culture BS. Somebody pulled up the tweet. The legendary tweet that pissed everybody on the right off. But some of them took away their morals because they wanted to get a buck. Just go back to India, bro. Welp. You just figured out that it's important to discuss affordability now and how you will help people when campaigning. A generational fumble. Oh, Vivek. Before we go, let's see what's on the news front. Let's see if he said anything else stupid this week. Nikki Haley's son calls Vivek Ramaswamy's lessons from... Oh, my Lord. Wait a minute. Nimrata Ranhawa's son is dropping lyrics? Oh, come on. Come on. At a time when Republican commentators are reflecting on whether the defeat in New York, New Jersey, and Virginia was a result of the rise of hate comments targeting immigrants, especially Indians, Nikki Haley's son, Nalin Haley, chose to target Indian origin Vivek Ramaswamy in his takeaway from the 3 election defeats. We got all right, that's what he said. Wrong again. We care about religion, and Christians have every right to want to be represented by another Christian. The 2010 talking points are so cringe, bro. Oh my Lord. You let this young boy put out on you. Pause. You let him own you? Damn. Nalin Haley, here we go. Nalin Haley, son of former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who has emerged as a vocal MAGA commentator, chose to contradict with Ramaswamy and called his talking points outdated and cringeworthy. Nalin said the GOP can't deal with identity politics, as the Republican Party cares about religion, and Christians have every right to want to be represented by another Christian. Don't lecture about Indian literacy rates. American CEO James Fishback's job at Vivek Ramaswamy. Man, everybody giving him this work. Oh my God. Again, up until that fiasco, you would not see articles like this. They'd be all on here kissing his ass. Oh my Lord. I'm sure the New York Post was nice to him. I'm sure that comment thread was nice. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh boy. Okay, why are you taking so long? Let's go. All right, let's get to the show. Let's see, 115 comments. We're not gonna read them all. Running bad candidates is a losing strategy in any election. It will also be interesting to see how much was being spent by both sides in these races, as it is clear that the side that advertises more has an advantage. Vivek is wrong. If affordability was the issue, the Dems would not have retained power in New Jersey. They mobilized dislike of Trump and won. I don't think we got our asses handed to us. I think Democrats won blue states. Oh my Lord. This is what I mean. They only focused on them 3. Republicans lost seats in state legislatures. Jesus Christ. Is Ramaswamy saying the MAGA movement has been too much about identified politics? Identified politics. That's what they wrote. What a tool. Proven wrong. MAGA is 90% identity politics. Different flavor from the lefty identity politics, but it's off the same shelf. In New York, there was not even a Republican candidate. I tell you, they dumb. You had Slee with it. You didn't want to vote for him. In Jersey, Democrats control everything these days. Okay, and Jersey's had Republican governors before. Y'all didn't want to vote for Citarella. Just admit it. You never heard of him until the race started. I get it. Trump told Republicans they're getting killed on the shutdown in Miami today. So now he believes it's no longer the Schumer shutdown. No, it's on them. Another lesson Republicans should have learned didn't fix the electoral system. Some people have made out like bandits by handling elections as they pleased. Oh, Lord. Y'all get it. We're not going to go through this because this is all code. But yeah. Vivek, it's over, buddy. It's over. But anyway, hopefully you learned something. If you did, a dumb job. If not, I try to be better next time. I got videos to finish for next week. Remember, if you're going to roast me on Wednesday, please make it funny. Please. Anyway, y'all. Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence. And you know what I'm finna do before we leave. You know what I'm about to do. If I get back to it, hold on. You know what I'm about to do. One more time. Shit, what happened to it? All right, fuck it. We'll just do it. We'll just get it again. One more time. And then we out of here.
I brought on today somebody who I think has some thoughtful perspectives.
I don't know yet.
Direction of our country,
I don't know the
our
time
conservative
yet.
movement. And on this question of nationalism and national identity, somebody who's been fascinated by it for a long time and have interacted with on social media, but for the first time we're having at least a live form conversation in the offline sense of it. It's Ann Coulter. So Ann, thanks for coming on, and I'm looking forward to our conversation today.
Me too, thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you.
Tell them why.
Because you're an Indian.
There you
I'll get
go.
to that.